Welcome to Childcare Resource and Referral's virtual provider appreciation event. We are glad you are here. I am Laura Patton with CCR&R of Central Iowa, and I am excited to help kick off our first virtual celebration, celebrating you, the superheroes of childcare across Iowa. We know that you act as the business managers, cooks, nurses, housekeepers, fixer-uppers, teachers, and most importantly, the nurturers of small children as you open your doors each day to care for the many kids across our state. You are the silver lining of our communities, offering safe places for children to learn and play. Your passion and commitment to childcare is noticed and appreciated. You are true superheroes, not only today, but every day. So, on with the show. We hope that tonight you learn something new, maybe win a prize, and most importantly, feel as appreciated as you are. Thank you for all you do each day, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Laura, for the warm welcome. Next up, we have our guest speaker, Lisa Shaefer. She's an edutainer, counselor, and college instructor. She also owns Shine with Shaefer, a coaching and consulting business that focuses on developing leadership skills in both employees and students. Her presentation this evening is the importance of reframing the mind to minimize stress, building resilience, and self-care tips to move through change. Welcome, Lisa.
Hey, thanks so much, everybody. So excited to be here. And thanks to everybody who is joining us, because I want to take a minute right now and just celebrate your awesomeness. Every single one of you that is on with us today is a superhero. You are going above and beyond in a variety of situations to do the very best that you can with what you have. And I just want to celebrate you. And I'm excited to be able to talk tonight about some things that we really think are important in our arena of childcare, and just again in our arena of taking care of ourselves as well as all the people that we serve. So I'm excited to be able to share a little bit about what we talk about as resiliency. And when you guys woke up this morning, did you have faith or did you have a little fear? I just want to congratulate all of the awesome coordinators today who have stepped outside of their comfort zone to bring you a Zoom live broadcast YouTube presentation tonight. So a round of applause, of course, virtual applause for our fabulous people who stepped outside of their comfort zone. They have had faith over fear. And often many of us get stuck in this fear. And you have not, as coordinators, as individuals, as essential employees, you have done a fabulous job to really ask yourself, what can I do today to help those people that I serve? What can I do to encourage positivity during this situation that has a lot of uncertainty? So you are stepping out in faith. So thank you so much for all that you're doing to be and continue to be essential. And your mindset really does impact how we connect with others. Oftentimes, we are again seen as role models. We are seen as people who will go above and beyond to truly make a difference. And you do that every single day. You have taken a situation and you have looked at it in a way that could, again, cause some stress. You know, how many of you guys, when you experienced this whole disruption of kind of what was happening in our world, had kind of this fear? And we had this initial shock because we were going through a little bit of a grief cycle as to what has happened. We've lost some of our norm. But many of us and many of you have decided to say, you know what, even though things are disrupted, I want to see what I can do to continue to help. And that is truly servant leadership. So thank you for being on those front lines, being those essential employees, and being those servant leaders that, again, are encouraging, uplifting, and inspiring. So again, thank you so much for all that you're doing to really be what I call resilient. You know, we talk often about kids' resiliency and their ability to kind of bounce back. And we talk about the importance of being able to take adverse situations and try new things in order to be successful. And many of you are doing this right now. And again, I just want to focus on this importance of resiliency. You know, many of us have had to reframe thinking. Many of us in this last couple weeks have really had to clarify our meaning and our purpose. Why are we here? What are we doing? And we're here also to, again, manage those emotions. You know, how many times have you thought to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I can keep it all together? And how many of you thought to yourself, nope, I got this, I can handle this? We, again, are going through a bit of a traumatic experience in our world, and we're bouncing back with resiliency. We're taking some of this stress and saying, what can we do to thrive instead of just survive? So, as you're looking at your own well being, what are you doing to be resilient? Because people, again, are looking to you as leaders. And oftentimes in our arena in which we work, we have a tendency to give, 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 give. And sometimes we forget about our own self care. So I want to share some ideas and some tips and some strategies that many of my educator friends and childcare friends, and again, individuals who are essential, are doing to find some success in their own self-care. So again, let's just find out what's going on. Well, the biggest thing that we talk about in self-care is really reframing. Are you able to see things and rise above constraints? Now, many of you are probably familiar with this book, The Cat in the Hat. And The Cat in the Hat is really a story that highlights some big, big things. But did you realize that The Cat in the Hat was, again, basically a restrictive type of book? Now, what happened with The Cat in the Hat was you ultimately saw, again, this process where we had this opportunity to really focus on restriction. So the editor of Dr. Seuss's book basically said, you know what? Right now, we want to focus on creating a child's book with 368 words or less. And he'd been writing 13, 14 books prior to The Cat in the Hat. And Dr. Seuss initially thought to himself, what? You know, at 348 words or less? There's no way. How can I write a book in 348 words or less? Well, what happened was he decided to reframe. And he started to think to himself, how can I see this more as an opportunity than a challenge? And what can I start to focus on that makes me more efficient? The book resulting in his restriction or his constraint was one of the most best-selling books that he sold. So again, this reframing, you know, the more a person limits himself, the more resourceful he's become. How many of you have found yourself limiting yourself a little bit lately? You know, we've had a change of the way we do fun. We've had a change in the way that we actually interact. We have a change in some of our business practices. And we, again, looked at what can we do to rise above those. And right now, many of us are focusing on what's working, what's efficient, and what do we want to continue to do to keep us moving forward. That is what we call agility, and that is resiliency. And again, those are key things as we're moving forward in this current situation. So as we're focusing on these ideas, this reframing mindset has really been helpful for many of us. And the big question is, you know, will this matter in a month? Or will this matter in a year from now? Because one of the things that we have a tendency to do is sometimes we have some anxiety about the future. And oftentimes we can get into this catastrophizing type of situation where it feels like everything could go wrong, and it may go wrong, but we're not as adaptable as we could be. So I want you to ask yourself, will this matter in a month? Or will this matter in a year? And if you have yourself in this never-ending to-do list, it can stress people out and it can cause a lot of overwhelm. So does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? And as you're starting to look at this bigger picture, it gives you a chance to really focus on what is important. I remember when we first went under lockdown, I'm in Wisconsin right now, and we went under lockdown about March 26th, and it became kind of this fear factor that, how am I going to teach my kids? How am I going to be able to provide the best that I can for their learning? And there was a lot of fear that started to resonate. But the people who had the resiliency and the people like you that had that ability to overcome situations really took the big picture into consideration. What are some of those things that we can do at home? What are some of those things that would get kids excited? What can we do to really focus that? So again, you truly are and have been superheroes in reframing your mindset. The other big thing is when we're looking at taking care of ourselves and really being essential, one of the things that I always encourage people to do as we reframe is to try to let go of some of our ego. And we can start to get into ego when we start to feel unappreciated. Nobody appreciates that I'm the first one here. Nobody appreciates that, I'm going above and beyond. I can't take a day off. Nobody else can do it as good as I can. That is what we call martyrdom syndrome. And that is when ego takes over. Oftentimes, we want to get past that in our self-care and really start to focus on, why am I here? You guys are passionate, right? Are you passionate about what you do? Do you wake up every day and go, man, I'm blessed to be able to work in this type of environment with all of these individuals and these communities and these families, and I am passionate about what I do. If you're feeling to yourself, oh, I don't know, I'm not so passionate. Maybe on Friday I'll be passionate, or maybe on payday I'll be passionate. Are you just in it for the income? I love the phrase, are you in it for the outcome? Or just, of course, the income. And why are you here? When you start to self-reflect, that starts to give you opportunities to really look at your own self-care. What is important to me? And one of the biggest things that we see in resiliency and reducing stress is this idea of, again, growth mindset. This growth mindset is asking you to do something new. It's asking you to get out of your comfort zone. And it's helping you move past this idea of, what if I fail? And what if I succeed? And one of the biggest things that we encourage you to think about is progress, not perfection. How many of you are finding yourself trying to be progressive right now and you're doing things just to, again, move forward, but you're not worrying so much about being perfect? When we get rid of the fear of being perfect, that becomes important for us. So what is your growth mindset today? I've got a lot of people on the live chat right now on YouTube, and again, doing some shout outs. What are you guys currently doing in your arena to say, what, I'm not good at this yet, but I'm still working on it? Alexandria saying, I love my job, my coworkers. Ruby saying, I've been doing it for 25 years. That's some great stuff, Ruby. Greg saying, yoo-hoo, rep region 3. Just again, loving your job every day. Now, there's times throughout the day where you're just like, oh, is it over yet? And sometimes those days might turn into weeks. And if they do, it's time to ask for some support. And again, reaching out that, what, instead of thinking this is not for me, try thinking, what can I do today to shine? And what can I do to continue to move forward? Love showing the kids new things. Yes, I love the job and the kids. Thanks, Amanda. Maria saying too, I love my job. Do you know how many people get up and sometimes say, I gotta go to work versus I get to go to work? And thank you for, again, keeping an open mind, Sue. You're spot on with that. That becomes so important. And teaching life skills with homeschool. Bill, you're spot on with that. Oftentimes we get so caught up in this curriculum and we have to do these things. Take some time and teach those home skills. I've seen a lot of people teaching just cooking and baking and getting outside. I saw a couple people doing some warrior things in their backyard, the Ninja Warrior examples, just having some fun because kids are going to remember this time. And do you want them to remember everybody being stressed out, or do you want them to remember all the cool things that you got to do that were a little bit different than what's happening? So again, you guys are bringing up some great suggestions on the live chat. And thanks for, again, sharing these with me, because growth mindset is so important. And that growth mindset also becomes a part of the story we're telling ourselves. Our stories truly impact our behaviors. Our thoughts truly impact how we see things, and it ultimately impacts what we do. And one of the things that I talk about a lot is this idea that perception is reality. So if I perceive it a certain way, then I'm going to do things based on that perception. But oftentimes we have to test our own thoughts. Is what I'm thinking true? Could there be another way to look at this situation? Is this accurate? Perhaps maybe somebody's asking you to do something that you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I don't know if this is right. Having some of those conversations, asking, how many of you have ever had that child where you're like, oh my gosh, this child's something else? What are they here to teach us? Instead of judging and seeing things differently, what are some of those thoughts and how can we change some of those perceptions? So again, what's the story you're telling yourself? Especially around this traumatic experience we're going through right now. Is the story, oh my gosh, I don't have any control and I'm losing control? Or is it the story of, this is what I know to have control over, and I'm going to focus day to day, even if I have to focus hour to hour? What can I do to continue to grow? So again, focusing on those areas become really important. Julie's bringing up some good things. 30 years working with kids, now doing Facebook Lives for my preschoolers, because we are part of an elementary school that's in shutdown. So way out of your comfort zone, but you're getting better each time. Julie, it's progress over perfection. And that is fabulous that you guys are choosing to try new things, because we are much more patient with each other right now. How many of you remember when you first got onto the Zoom call and you're thinking to yourself, gosh, is that really what I look like? Oh, and then you're like looking at everybody's houses going, oh, I wonder what's in their house and what's going on over there. And that first Zoom call, you were just assessing all the things that were happening within these little screens. And what we talk about is, just having a message that's simple. Keeping it simple for people during crisis situation is important, and telling that story. So again, doing this for Bill, you've been doing this for 50 years. Wow, that's awesome. I love what I do, and I've done it for 50 years. Congratulations, Bill, on 50 years. I just had a 50th birthday. So thank you so much for doing all this awesomeness throughout your lifespan to really make a difference and telling the story of what you love. The big thing too that we want to focus on is this idea of reframing things, especially a threat. We want to reframe it as a challenge. This is a challenge for us to keep learning, keep moving. This is a challenge for us to be able to have some opportunities of growth. I want you to think back, and when you're helping kids learn to walk, it's a mindset that kids have. They're thinking to themselves, woo, I think everybody else is walking. I should maybe try it too. They're not comparing themselves going, ooh, I can't walk as good as you, so I better not even start. Or comparing themselves going, you know what? I don't have this down. I don't even want to try it. They make it a learning opportunity. And how many times do kids fall when they're learning how to walk? It's stand up, move, wobbly, uncertainty. Again, they don't fall and go, oh, I made a mistake. I can't do this ever again. They have that resiliency to bounce back, and they continue to grow in that aspect. So what are you doing? Are you looking at the stressful event as a way that potentially could harm you? Or are you looking at it as a way to, again, challenge and find new ways? There's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. And when you do make a mistake, are you able to accept it? And are you able to say, you know what? Mistakes are learning opportunities. Here's what I know to be true. Here's what happened. And this is what I'm going to do differently next time. Those are key things in helping us stay resilient in our mindset. What worked? What didn't work? And what do I need to do differently? So again, keeping that learning opportunity available. The other big thing in our self-care, and many of you may experience this right now, the importance of setting up boundaries. Many of you may be working from home. And when you're working from home, sometimes it can be hard to set up boundaries because there's constant interruption or there's constant kind of interaction. Well, I found this on Facebook. One of the women posted this saying, you know what? This is how I'm going to set up boundaries today. I'm just going to put up this little sign that says mom's working in this room, and the only acceptable reasons to interrupt mom today is if you're dying. Or the one I found pretty entertaining is the cast of Magic Mike is about to do a performance in the front yard. You know, again, just some fun ways to really look at how do I set up boundaries and what are the possibilities to effectively deal with this stress. You know, make a mental list of all of the resources and the skills that you currently have to work through some of these difficulties. You know, again, it's important to really establish that opportunity as a problem namer and not a problem solver. So developing that problem solving mindset becomes important. So again, focusing on that area. It's always important, again, to really look at your own personal control. You know, what do I have control of? Well, here's what I have control over. I have a control over how I react or how I respond. And again, that becomes that perception. If we're constantly focused on the negative, that's all we're going to continue to see is the negative. But when we start to shift and say, here's what I have control over. I have control over my day. I have control over my responses and how I interact. I have control over how I'm going to cope. I have some control over, you know, again, looking for some solutions. And when you start to really look at what you have control over, then you get rid of some of that victim mentality. So having that sense of power over your life is helping you cope much more effectively than, again, having that response situation. So it becomes really, really super important for us, especially during this type of traumatic experience, to really, again, ask yourself, what do you have control over? I have control over my day-to-day. I have control over how I interact with others. And the big thing too, when you're starting to look at resiliency, is really this idea of the rocking chair test. You know, I had in college, one of my instructors asked us to write an obituary. And I'm thinking to myself, what? You want me to write an obituary? How? That's kind of sick. That's a little morbid. What? He basically said it's a great way for you to look at what are those things that are going to be impactful for you, and are those things that you can just let go of. Because sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day, we forget about that big picture. So even thinking 5 years from now, how do you want to look back on this experience that we're all sharing together? 5 years from now, do you want to see it as a time where you were able to get outside your own comfort zone, where you were able to be resilient and connect with your colleagues? You were able to, again, showcase and learn something new. What do you want to look back on? And the thing is also, what will your kids remember? You know, will they remember, hey, we were able to have more fun with mom and dad, or we were able to get out and try new things? And, you know, kids sometimes, they don't know what's going on. They just see what's happening around them and they take on that energy. So what do we want their memories to be during this time? And that helps us, again, kind of focus on what's important. So again, it's so essential as we continue to kind of move forward in that aspect. So those are just some tips and kind of getting that resiliency piece. The other big thing is go easy on yourselves, my friends. You guys have been going through, again, a whole lot of difference of what the world was about 2 months ago versus what it is right now. So again, just go easy on yourself. You know, there's a lot of us that are constantly doing Zooms. One of the companies that I work with decided to have a little bit of fun, and they actually sent out Zoom bingo cards. So every time you got on a Zoom call, you got a chance to play this bingo card. And if you got a bingo, then you got a quick shout out and they sent you some swag. You know how it's fun. Just kind of like, oh, anytime you hear these things, because this is a new format for many of us. And this is something that, again, is something that we're trying to, again, try to adapt to. I love the one too that went out on Instagram. You know, my boss turned herself into a potato, so she can't figure out how to turn the setting off, so she just stuck with it. You know, why not have a little bit of fun, you guys? That is so important, right? So again, being able to have some fun, go light on yourself. And also, when we start assuming positive intent from people, it makes our ego kind of back down a little bit, makes us a little less stressed. You know, most people don't wake up going, boy, I can't wait to ruin somebody's day. What can I do to ruin somebody's day? Woohoo! Can't wait. Most people do not do that. Most people have good intentions in mind. And maybe there's things that have happened that have gotten them a little bit distracted. So if you can always assume positive intent, you know, what are they trying to learn? What are they trying to do? How are they trying to grow? Asking those questions help us go easy on ourselves and go easy on others. So it's, again, that is something that I think is super important. So going easy on yourself. Yeah, Iowa CCRR. Yeah, you guys are right. The bingo card is so much fun. And so again, great swag opportunities in the future. The other big thing, you know, of course, they always talk about in stress management and building resiliency is eating well. Anybody worried about the COVID-19, the 19 pounds that we're all putting on? Many of us are like, ooh, I don't know. It might be 19, it might be 20, but just eat well, and, you know, have some fun with it. Try to be creative. I'm seeing more and more people who are using the kitchen, you know, myself included. The kitchen just came with the house. Now I actually have to use it. So again, trying to eat well, trying to do new things, that is definitely a stress reducer as we move forward with it. What are some other things doing? You know, keep moving. Don't be the 0.0. How many guys are runners? If you're a runner, I got Lindsay saying 19 plus. I feel your pain, Lindsay. I feel your pain. How many guys are runners or you're keeping moving? Any marathoners out there? You know, my marathoners, you guys keep going, you keep persevering, you keep kind of engaging and connecting, which is fabulous. So again, just great opportunities to keep us moving. One of the things is we look at with depression and anxiety, because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, one of the best ways to bring some of that down is get outside and move. Simple walks, 20 minutes a day. Walk around if you need. Get into the sunshine, get some vitamin D, get into nature. You know, some of the fun ways that I try to do is get out on boats. We've been doing a little social distancing, of course, on the Mississippi. So just trying to, again, focus on that. Yeah, Angie, you're spot on. Trying to walk 2+ miles a night. Good for you. That is fabulous. You know, walking 30 minutes every morning. This is great, you guys. Maria has been playing with the kids, having a lot of fun. Oh, Rhonda, you're a hula hooper. Love to see that sometime. Get you connected as well. So just taking walks, getting outside, that is definitely one of those things that reduces some of that stress for us. Other things that you want to focus on? There are a lot of different things that people talk about with this idea of the 10-minute mind. This 10-minute mind gives us a chance to, again, really focus on what do we need to do to calm ourselves? What do we need to do to kind of engage in relaxation? And this often gives us a chance to refocus and get grounded as to what our goals are for the day. So there's one of the managers that I work with does take a 10-minute mind. She sends a link every Monday to give people just a quick little meditation, because again, meditation and mindfulness is something that is becoming so important as we're doing so many different things. So again, this is essential for us as we continue to move forward. So that 10-minute mind in that area, that is just another piece of mindfulness and meditation. You know, right now, Pat and Bill, they're planting gardens with kids, dirt therapy. You know, dirt therapy is definitely a great thing. And of course, it's so much nicer outside now. Jumping rope walk day. Tracy's got 2 kids that jump rope the entire mile we walked. You know, that's a whole lot of fun. And again, just finding out some of these process, these apps. So Jenny Young, yeah, downloaded the Calm app, forces you to sit down and be still. You know, there's times when we just need to be still and just kind of, again, have grace over ourselves and give ourselves grace, because we are in a traumatic experience again. And I cannot highlight that enough, that we do need to take some time to just be. We are human beings, not human doings. And so when you can be, that is going to help you, again, take back your power and stay resilient. So again, focusing on those areas. Other things that we talk about, of course, there's called Headspace. This is another app that people have used, and they keep sending me and telling me that this is a great thing to look at, and it is a great thing. And it talks about a variety of things, especially if you're looking for that work-life balance. You know, everybody's always talking about work-life balance. What do I need to stay work-life balanced? What do I need to do to be able to have a separation? How do I empower myself to continue to take care of myself, even though everybody seems to need me? So there's a lot of different things on there that talk about, you know, again, simple meditations for mindfulness in what you're doing. You know, we've got a couple more people. Dawn actually started to meditate for 30 minutes a day. Wow, Dawn, that's awesome. And again, it is truly a practice. You know, many of us are like, wow, it's hard for me to shut my mind down for that long. If you could just shut your mind down for 5 minutes, that's going to give you a little bit of peace. And again, kind of focusing that way. Cindy's talking about super yoga. Love it. So again, Little's getting ready to get those moves. That's fabulous. Lindsay's sharing the often this adult coloring book with kids. Yes, those types of things are great relaxers as well, because one, you're being creative, and the other is, of course, the opportunity for just having some peace in the breathing, because when you're doing that kinesthetic movement, it can help calm you down as you move forward as well. These are some great things that you guys are sharing. The big thing too that I like to talk about is just having a little bit of fun. You know, you guys do a great job with fun. You guys are great with themes. You're great with getting energy going and moving forward. What about too, focusing on some of these things, especially if you're finding yourself on a lot of Zoom calls? You know, I've had a lot of people bring their pet to work day. So it's kind of show and tell opportunity. You know, there was the opportunity where you could do a change your virtual background. You know, if you guys are good with Zoom, you will find that there's little places on there where you can do your background. And one of the things that you can focus on is just, you know, putting yourself somewhere you'd like to be. So I'm just going to share real quick. This is where I would love to be, but I love being with you. But why not just jump to the beach? You know, the beach is a whole lot of fun. You know, just having a little good time with us, and really getting that process really important for us as well. So looking at that, I think is a great thing as we continue to move forward. You know, I had another group that said, you know what, let's do some campfires. And I'm thinking, campfires? Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, what does that mean? Well, you know what? They got little marshmallows. They did a little candlelight toasting, and then here it is. Let's have a campfire. Just a fun way to kind of engage and interact, you know, when you're having to do more of these types of things virtually. There's on Zoom a whiteboard. Did you guys know about that? You can play Pictionary, and you can do some fun facts about each other. And again, have a little bit of fun as you're kind of connecting and focusing and doing those types of things, because we need more fun at this time of situation, and being lighthearted with the fun. Can we again focus on what's going on? The other big fun, have you guys ever played Speak Out? Give me a minute. They do things like this, and then they try to communicate with each other. It's a whole lot of fun, and you're trying to decide what's happening. Speak Out. It is a fun game, and again, just fun little goofy things to really lighten up, because there's so many things that are so serious around us that if we can kind of keep our sense of humor and have some fun, that's going to be truly engaging. So again, just stay lighthearted. What are you guys doing for fun? A lot of great comments coming in the live chat again through YouTube. You know, marshmallow roasting on a candle with a toothpick. You got to love it, right? Just again, enjoying it. Again, Speak Out was so much fun with the kids. Yeah, the kids love that kind of stuff. Just finding little fun games. Even adults, you know, I was on a Zoom where they were talking about the power of communication, and everybody had to, you know, have one of these devices sent to them, and they tried to get things to say. So it was just a whole lot of fun. So again, just being aware, having your cousin on board, that's awesome. Again, s'mores, you know, lots of things that are happening. So I think, again, as we're moving through this traumatic experience together, we are all in the same storm. We're all in a little bit different boat, but we're all, again, kind of fighting this common enemy, and it's helping bring us together. And it's helping us try to really build resiliency and build empathy. And as we build empathy, we're continuing to show support, encouragement, and again, this togetherness that becomes so important. Because asking for help and connecting is key. And oftentimes, as we talk about stress, the one thing I encourage people to do is stop asking, how do I do this? Start asking, who can help me do this? And when you start asking, who can help me versus how, we start to save time. We become more efficient. And we have that opportunity for collaboration. And collaboration is one of the most important things that you guys are doing as essential people. So again, just being able to be aware of that, I think, is so important. So having some fun, doing things like this tonight, just coming on board, having some fun connecting with each other. I love it. Jenny's saying that she set up her 12-person tent in the yard, spent the day camping. How fun is that? And then only came inside the day to use the bathroom and fix some meals. You know, you guys are so creative. This is the time to continue to use that creativity. And again, just finding the little things that are going to make memories, because we don't remember perfect. We remember progress. And oftentimes we remember those things that just help us bond and connect and help build empathy and understanding for each other. So I want to thank you guys so much for being fabulous. I want to thank you so much for all that you're doing. You are appreciated, and you are appreciated more than you will ever know, because you are impacting the lives every single day. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful support to all of our families and being a wonderful support to your communities. And thanks for being excellent leaders. So I'm going to turn it back over. Thanks so much, you guys, for being here today, and have yourselves a great rest of the meeting.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for the inspiration. We are so thankful that you could come join us tonight. Next up, we will hear from Director Garcia of the Department of Human Services, along with messages from her staff.
Hi everyone, my name is Mickey. I'm the Quality Program Manager at DHS, and I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you for the hard work that you do each and every day to provide quality care for the children that walk through your door. These days, in these challenging times that we have found ourselves in, there has been a lot of talk about essential workforce. And I just wanted to share with you something that you all already know. You are the foundation of the essential workforce in our community. Without you, there would be no workforce. You are essentially the workforce behind the workforce. And for that, I just wanted to take a minute, and from the bottom of our hearts, DHS says, thank you.
Hi, my name is Wendy Hogeveen, and my role at the Department of Human Services is to ensure that all aspects of childcare that we deal with are in compliance with federal regulations, which kind of makes me the resident meddler in everybody else's business. I've been involved in the childcare field for a long time. I've been a home provider as well as worked at centers, and I know that it's a job where your hard work and contributions often go unrecognized. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for what you do every day to help build strong foundations for our youngest citizens. They are our future, and what you do every day with them is so essential to the people that they become. So thank you.
My name's Janae Harvey. I'm the Division Administrator over Adult Children and Family Services. On behalf of DHS, I want to thank you for providing quality care to the children of Iowa every day, but especially during this challenging time. Thank you for all that you do.
Hi, I'm Erin Clancy. I'm the program manager for the iPower system for professional development and for the wraparound childcare program. And I just wanted to send a great big shout out to all the childcare providers out there to let you know that I think you're awesome. I think you're great. I think you're vital. I think you're so important, and I'm so grateful for everything that you do for the children in our families in Iowa. And so I just wanted to send that out to you, and I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate you for all of your patience as we rolled out the registry system. The new iPower system, where you can put all of your professional development and all of your qualifications in one place and take it with you wherever you go. If you ever have any questions, just click on Contact iPower and let me know what your questions are and what your needs are. And thank you again for everything you do for the kids of Iowa. Thanks.
Hi everyone, this is Ryan Page with the Department of Human Services and the Child Care Bureau. I wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you for keeping our children healthy and safe when we can't always be there with them. I also want to say that you are an essential service to your community, and for that, I thank you.
Hi everyone, Julie Allison, Bureau Chief for Child Care, Department of Human Services. I wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you. Each and every day you partner with our communities and you bring care to children, and it's very vital. COVID-19 has really tested all of us in so many ways. We hope that the support we've given you has helped in some small way. We have eased the burden of some of our regulatory requirements. We were paying for absent days. We teamed with CCR&R to deliver thermometers, pay for and deliver thermometers and cleaning supplies. We also partnered with Department of Corrections and Cedar Distillery to get disinfectant and hand sanitizers and use the National Guard to deliver that. So we have been trying to help you. I know it's small, and we hope that the future holds more support for you from the Department of Human Services, and we actually know it will, because Director Garcia in her discussion with you is talking about the CARE stimulus package that we got. We are excited about that money, and we're going to give it back to you and your communities. The survey that you did, immensely important. You gave us the feedback we needed to inform the plan. So once again, a genuine thank you from the Department of Human Services for all you do, and we're going to get through this. All right, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Garcia, the Director of the Iowa Department of Human Services. Thank you, CCR&R, for inviting me to participate in today's event by video, and thank you all for all of your extra help and hard work during this crisis. And to the providers, I wish I could thank each and every child care provider for staying open to provide quality, safe care to Iowa's children during this critical time. Since I'm not able to do that individually, I really appreciate the opportunity to thank you by video. It's actually great timing. We're in the middle of Public Service Recognition Week. And while not often included in first responders category, service you provide is absolutely critical. So thank you for your public service. I know that we've asked a lot of you in the past few weeks. We've asked you to change the way you do business. We've asked you to change how children are dropped off, to take temperatures and do extra cleaning and sanitation. I truly appreciate the partnership, and I appreciate you remaining open and being there. You are making sure kids are in safe places with solid, nurturing programming. Some parents and providers have had tough questions for us, and some parents have likely had tough questions for you. But I know that childcare is the backbone of our economy. And I know that it is you who support our first responders, our nurses, our food service workforce. It's been my goal to ensure that we do our best to equip you with clear, solid guidance and the tools you need to continue to do your critical work. This has meant we've stepped into roles that we don't typically do as the state, such as providing cleaning supplies and thermometers, and I'm really proud of this collaboration with you, CCR&R, and DHS. This is what Iowans do, and I cannot stress how grateful I am to all of you. And our work continues. We know daily life will look like this for a while, and we're aware of the hardship COVID-19 places on y'all. As you know, effective March 9th, 2020, DHS no longer limits the amount of absent days paid per month to child care providers who remain open for business. We're also working to help families who need child care to connect with you. I thank you for your continuing to send your updates to CCR&R to help in that effort. We're also pleased that the federal government enacted the CARES Act, which includes emergency funding to assist child care providers. And we've worked with providers and stakeholders to ensure a targeted plan that addresses your needs. We're very close to finalizing this plan, which is thoughtful and will go a long way to support you in your continued work. Again, I cannot say it enough. Thank you for your critical work you perform every day. We will get through this together, and I believe our partnerships will be stronger than ever.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for those wonderful videos. My name is Danielle Hale, and I'm one of the business development specialists with CCR&R in Region 1. First, I just want to say thank you to Lisa Schaefer. You were positive and fabulous, and you just reminded us to stay positive during this time. I want to say thank you to all of the child care providers out there serving children and families in Iowa. You are essential, and our communities rely on you. It goes to show that all superheroes don't wear capes. I'd like to continue by drawing the first 5 names of tonight. They are Kathy Miller, Jennifer Hudson Taylor, Vicki Harris, Sarah Will, and Chelsea Smith. Stay tuned for more names to come.
Hey there, child care providers. This is Julie Davis from Child Care Resource and Referral Region 4, Central Iowa. And I also want to thank Lisa for coming on. I've seen her speak a couple of times, and she is just so inspirational. There are so many things that I take away when I listen to her speak, and so it was really great to hear her tonight. One thing that I really want you to take away from her presentation is just to go easy on yourselves, providers. Take 10 minutes, be mindful, maybe put the beach on your background, pretend like you're at the beach. That's always a fun idea. And I also want to thank Lakeshore for being able to provide the prizes for tonight. There are some door prizes, and this is one of the things that's going to be in the kit. It is a Let's Get Moving numbers and counting kit. So if you are a lucky winner, this will be in your door prize. I'll go ahead and read the first 5 names for the door prize for Region 4. And the winners are Shauna Clark, Angel Love, Samantha Howard, Amy Lara, and Christy Kincaid. Congratulations, winners. I'll be drawing 5 more names after some more videos, so stay tuned.
Hello all, it's Provider Appreciation Day, and I'm Deb Martins, the Child Care Resource and Referral Director of Region 3, and I have my superhero cape on today to celebrate you, the superhero child care provider. We're so happy to have you serving Iowa's greatest resource, her children. Thank you for all that you do, and know that we CCR&R support you in your daily work with those children and families. From the bottom of our hearts, we love you.
Hello, everyone. This is Dennis from Region 5. I'm the Community Relations Specialist here. And we just want to thank you from our region for all what you're doing to support the children in Iowa. We just want to let you know that we are rooting for you and supporting you. And I'm going to go right ahead and draw the first 5 names tonight. And the first name is Jennifer Remin, Heather Sims, Ashley Stanner, Judy Crawford, and Christina Spears. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Esther from Child Care Resource and Referral in Northeast Iowa, Region 2. Whoop, whoop. From all of our consultants, our supervisors, our director, and our staff and Region 2, we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Right now, we know we're walking through something that sometimes seems scary, it seems frustrating, and it's unnerving, but we all just have to say, watching and working with you all of our Iowa child care providers, it's been very humbling. You've stepped up into a gap for these families that now you've become like the glue in the community, whether it's big or small. So you're our true heroes. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't get through this. So thank you so much. Now onto something fun, the prizes. So I have another 5 from Region 2. Before I do, thank you, Lakeshore. This is just another look into one of the items in the prize pack. It is a moods and emotions wooden matchup for the feelings and emotions. It helps for resilience within those little ones. So our lucky first 5 winners are, and I may butcher your name, so please, I apologize greatly. You will get notified no matter what. So Jennifer Conover, Louise Lawson, Christina Hartley, Laura Lester, and Joanne and Peter Ganson. So stay tuned, we have 5 more to go from Region 2.
Good evening, Region 3, Southwest Iowa. We rock. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about the 3rd prize that will be in the box, and it's a book. It's called Character Kids Save the Day. Everybody at Region 3 is so thankful for all of you. You guys are superheroes every single day for everything that you do for the kids of Region 3 and Iowa. So here we go. Joy Brown, Hope Blum, Amber Duran, Jackie Randolph, and Jennifer Klein. Stay tuned for 5 more names.
Hey, childcare providers, this is Mary Jansen in Region 2. I just want to take this moment to thank you for everything that you do for children and families in Iowa each and every day, and for being our true childcare heroes. We appreciate all that you're doing during this crazy time and know that we're here to support you 100% of the way. Have a great day.
Hello, everyone. Me again. I have the next 5 winners for you amazing people from Region 1. The next 5 winners are Jody Munoz, Melinda Ecoff, Michelle Nelson, Sarah Harrison, and Kathy Wright. Stay tuned for more.
Hey everyone, this is Julie again from Region 4 of CCR&R, and I'll go ahead and draw the winning names for drawing 6 through 10, and then we'll have 5 more after this. So the winners, this 5 winners are Cassidy LaCroix, Stephanie Brandt, Chris Allen, Angie Fleener, and Misty Deemer. Congratulations. Stay tuned for 5 more coming up.
Hi, child care providers. I'm Peg DeLoe, and I'm the Parent Services Program Manager for Child Care Resource and Referral. Our Parent Services team helps parents who are looking for child care. So I want to thank you for updating your vacancies as we do referrals for essential service workers and for the data that we are collecting for the child care availability map. We know how important your work truly is, so please continue to be the superheroes that you are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peg, and just want to thank you again from Region 5, and just know that we are rooting for you, our superheroes, tonight, and for the rest of your time as you're supporting the young stars of Iowa. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and draw the last 5 names tonight, and the lucky winners are Sarah Clay, Brandy Holden, Kelly Adkins, Judy Lyon, and the last one is Lindsay Esther. Thank you very much. And from all of us from Region 5, please know that we are rooting for you. Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's me again. It's Esther from Region 2 in Northeast Iowa. So I'm going to read our last 5 winners in Region 2. Once again, I apologize for the name. And just as a note, these winners, this will arrive at your door. You don't have to worry about getting it. It's coming to you. We have your information. So the first one is Melissa Scheidel, Sarah Flores, Tina Miller, Regina Johnson, and Angela Dobbs. So congratulations to all of our winners in Region 2. And remember, as Hollywood superhero Christopher Reeves once said, I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of an overwhelming obstacle. And that's you guys. So we just want to thank you for being our heroes and the heroes of our families and our community. Happy Provider Appreciation Day tomorrow, and good night from Region 2.
Hey, it's Shirley again from Region 3. We are so excited that you were able to join us tonight. We had so much fun putting this on for you. You are truly superheroes. We're so in awe of everything that you do every single day. So here we go. Diana Williams, Chevy Brandt, Raven Walker, Darla Johnson, and Jody Van Houten. Yay! Good night, everyone.
Hello, child care providers. My name is Becky, and I'm the Child Care Resource and Referral Regional Director for Region 5 in Southeast Iowa. I want to express my thank you to all child care providers across Iowa for your continued commitment and dedication to the children and families in each of our communities. Together, you are facing many challenging situations and needing to make difficult decisions daily to support the health and safety of the children in your care. I commend your efforts, and I want you to know that you are appreciated for all the essential work you do. You truly are superheroes, not just to the children and families, but to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. I hope you guys all had a wonderful evening, and I hope you truly know that we appreciate you here at CCR&R. The last 5 winners for the Region 1 drawing are Paxi Coulter, Kelsey Anderson, Diana Merchant, Crystal Frank, and Carrie Carr. Congratulations, winners. Again, we will be in contact with you for tonight's winners. Have a great evening, and remember, keep calm because you are superheroes. Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Julie again from CCR&R Region 4. I'm going to go ahead and draw our last 5 names for the door prize drawing, but first, I know that you've heard it so many times tonight, but thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that other than tonight, you don't hear it enough, and that is something that we're really advocating for here in Iowa. And child care providers, you really are superheroes, and we love you, and we're so excited to be able to celebrate you. Happy Provider Appreciation Day tomorrow. Make sure you take some time for some self-care and to celebrate yourself. Now I'm going to read the last 5 names for the winners in Region 4, and then we'll hear from Melissa Jewell for a thank you and goodbye. The next winner for Region 4 is Wanda Swanson and Jessica Anaya. Angela Russell is our next winner. Rachel Boger. And the last winner, Sherry Showers. Thank you so much, Region 4 providers and providers all across Iowa for everything you do for children in Iowa each day. Thank you so much. Have a great Provider Appreciation Day.
Hello to all of the child care superheroes out there. We want to thank you for attending tonight. My name is Melissa Jewell, and I am from Child Care Resource and Referral of the Northwest Iowa area. Everyone at CCR&R, regardless of what region they come from, wants to thank you profoundly for spending your evening with us. We hope that you were inspired. You mean so much to all of the children and the families of Iowa. We want to make sure that you understand how important you are and that every day what you do is superhero work. We look forward to working with you in the coming years together. Have a good night.